Hey, this is the troublemaker, Shannon Levangie, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, and New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, that guy, James J., alongside the leader of Squash Squad, Kaliko Yachts, who may or may not be joining us tonight, but who will definitely be joining us right now, the American Scooter Dust.
Yes, I am live from Madison Square Garden, and I just have to congratulate our new WWE champion, Johnny Knoxville.
This is John in Knoxville, and welcome to WrestleMania.
That's exactly what he said.
Now you make that joke, but the possibility of
Well,
Knoxville actually winning the championship and wrestling Sami
oh,
Zayn is
well,
not that far out there.
well, that's 50% correct as of last night.
Yes, but we'll get into that in a second. Um, we had a great week on the show. As of last Wednesday, we interviewed the troublemaker Shannon Levangie. Incredible interview, incredible person. Um, can't wait to see. Only being 8 months into her career, I'm really excited to see what she has coming in store for this year and the years uh, after that, because anything's possible for this girl. And you are listening to the vice president of Headband Club.
Are there any openings for treasurer?
And I'm sure Shannon will give you that if
I
you.
wasn't asking. I wasn't asking for me.
Oh well, I'm sure there'll be an opening.
Do they need a
People
secretary?
whoever wants it. Um, this upcoming Wednesday, we got the protagonist of pro wrestling, Kid Bandit, on. Incredible wrestler, incredible human being. We talk all things being, a social media influencer, having so many followers, and how that may have overshadowed his wrestling career, and how it makes him drive to work a little bit harder in the ring when it comes to things like that. Being on the LGBTQ PWI top 200 list, um, in matches against Cody or Fuego Dos as his alter ego, um, a match against Ho Ho Loon, and so much more. You get such a great insight, the head of the protagonist of pro wrestling. But if you don't believe me, here's a small clip of that interview now.
A pet peeve that I don't understand from Ish.
Yes.
Uh, he's pretty good. I guess I don't understand how he could like eat so much. I do. I actually do understand because he weighs twice as much as me. So whenever we go out to get like food on the road, he would order like a lot of food, and I'm like ordering like I'm barely finishing half the portions in mine, and he's like eating the entire eating the entire menu. And then like the best part is like he's in phenomenal shape. So so I understand why he needs all that food because like he is a bigger person, but like every time we're on the road, like we go to like a drive through. It's like, oh my god, this homeboy just ordered the entire menu. And the best part is they finish their food before I finish my food too. So I'm like, what the hell?
And then on the 16th, we got the Queen of Charisma, Big Juicy, on the show. And we got other interviews coming up in the pipeline. Follow at Wrestling with E for more details when they are made available to us. And it was a great day for wrestling, Scooter. And I believe the biggest news to come out this week was that Tony Khan purchased Ring of Honor. I have a lot of opinions on this, but what are your opinions?
Well, okay, hold on. Okay. There we go. Wow, this is an interesting development. Because we kind of knew that ROH was going to be bought by someone. We knew it. We knew it was going to happen. And
Yes.
you and I and Kalika, we all speculated on just when it was going to happen.
Well, it seemed like for a minute though that they might just come back just as themselves, and
Mm. I never expected them to come back as themselves. If they were to come back and operate as themselves, it would be with the backing of another promotion. And I put out a tweet about it, which I think sums up my uh, my opinions on this pretty well. Congratulations, Tony, on freeing Ring of Honor from Sinclair's grasp. The question is, will AEW just absorb it or contract its talent and continue to extrapolate its already bloated roster? Remember, Tony, it's not the size of the roster, it's how you use them.
that's correct. And well, as of December, Ring of Honor let go all their contracted wrestlers. So essentially, you're getting the library and the name and the logo. So I mean, if he wants to hire some of the former Ring of Honor guys, by all means he can. And
Yeah, I'm not saying he shouldn't.
yeah,
I'm just saying he needs to carve out some spots for them so they don't get lost in the shuffle.
correct. What I'm thinking is that this needs to be AEW's NXT. And draw the guys that they're not using on Ring of Honor, like, Private Party, the Butcher and the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker. Um, God forbid Brian Cage ever shows up. Um,
He's not working for AEW anymore. We keep telling you this.
I'm pretty sure he's still contracted. He just
No, he's not.
hmm, well, Top Flight wouldn't do too bad on Ring of Honor TV. Obviously, bring in a couple of alumni to keep it Ring of Honor esque, and I would say this would be the best time to bring in William Regal to be a mentor manager to this new little group that they might make.
Uh, that could be that could do very well. The big rumor was that they were gonna let Cody run it, and I just laughed. um, the Tony wants the library. Tony wanted the library.
Oh yeah, who
The
wouldn't want it?
foremost. That was a huge part of the deal. However, what we learned from this is that the
He
is that
has
the
an obscene amount of
WWE,
money that he has nothing to do with.
the WWE was was in contention to buy them, and they they didn't know that Sinclair had sold until Tony made the announcement.
Hmm. Who would be making that deal with Sinclair? Would that be the other con?
No, no, it would most likely have been Trips, most likely been Triple H,
Hmm.
who, as of this recording, is no longer under any contracted role with the WWE.
No, is that because they don't want him in a role and kind of phase them out, or was it because of the heart attack?
I don't know. We haven't heard much about Triple H um, since, and the what I'm reading is that if Triple H had spearheaded WWE's campaign to buy Ring of Honor, it more than likely would have gone to them.
Right, but with
Uh,
if WWE had purchased Ring of Honor, they would just put the library on the network or Peacock, and that would have been the last we ever heard of Ring of Honor. What now with AEW as you know, the company that has them, there might actually just be Ring of Honor events.
well, if there's going to be Ring of Honor events, it is not going to be Ring of Honor TV. That's for sure. Uh, because Cody is already overstretching it, by you know
Dynamite, Rampage, Dark
range.
Elevation.
And if Cody wants to, and honestly, I don't think there's a network that would give them another time slot. The only thing I am thinking is if AEW works out a deal with an already established streaming service. And what I'm hearing is HBO Max.
That would be a big deal if they were to get on HBO Max. I mean,
That that really, yes, it really would be. Um, there's also the possibility that Showtime might pick up AEW and promote it in the same way it promotes boxing and Bellator MMA,
well, I
which,
thought
which would which would be awesome because on pay cable wrestling could be a hell of a lot more interesting.
more interesting than it is on TBS and TNT.
Yeah, well, even if you don't actually pay for a cable package, you usually have TBS and TNT.
True.
That's that's broadcast cable. That's not pay cable. There is a difference. Also, it has to be reiterated that this purchase of Ring of Honor was not done with Daddy's money.
Really?
It was done with Tony's money.
I didn't even know Tony had his own money. I thought it was all Daddy's money.
Uh, well, apparently, he talked to his brother Nick up in Stanford. No, I'm kidding. Um, no, he was actually talking to his sister Shaka. No, he was actually talking to Kirk's arch nemesis. No, that's wrong again. Oh, Khan!
Get it together, Scooter.
Well, let's face it. I think it's pretty appropriate to call this time period in wrestling the Wrath of Khan.
Certainly, that certainly seems appropriate at this point, considering this massive, you know, overhaul he's been doing the last, what, 2 years at least? But in all honesty, do you see Tony running this version of AEW, this Ring of Elite, or do you see him getting somebody to run it for him and tell him, hey, this guy's ready to come up to Dynamite or Rampage?
Here's the thing. I don't think Tony wants AEW to be the type of place where, oh, you have to go through something and graduate and get the approval of, 7, 8 people in suits before, you're even ready to work a dark match.
But you can't deny that there are some people that do need to run through that developmental, quote unquote, before they actually do make it to the big show.
It is true, but is there enough profit in the Ring of Honor name to make it worthy for Tony to run it as a second brand?
No, it's
And,
not
and
because
exactly.
Ring of Honor they had a show where they gave tickets away and they couldn't fill that arena. So just having the AEW name on it isn't gonna put more asses in seats. So I mean, it would be a terrible thing if they didn't not have TV, but maybe like just a YouTube hour or so that you can or cannot watch, but it's there if you want to. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of
Yeah,
what Ring of Honor is today, anyway.
I mean, again, considering the fact of AEW's working relationship with Impact, who by the way, Impact Wrestling was found crying in a corner. Um, uh, but I mean, honestly, I think the most we see out of this is Gresham, the Briscoes, and Perato. I think we see the champions, and I think that's it.
Peraza's an Impact.
Yeah, well, she's also the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, so
Okay. There's at least one AEW match in her midst. Um,
yes.
and I won't even go as far as Gresham. I mean, they have so many people that are like him in AEW already. It would just kind of be a waste, I think.
Well,
Besides, his
I
wife
think
is an Impact.
I mean, there's there's gonna be at least a title unification. If Tony, when he made the announcement, he made a point to say, "Oh, it's not Shane on the contract, it's me," which makes me think, "Oh shit, he's gonna attempt an invasion, and it's gonna go horribly."
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Like,
But what if we do know that there was a phone call made between Shane and Tony Khan. Maybe
yes.
you put Shane McMahon in at the head of Ring of Honor.
Would Shane would not Shane would not be the one working for Tony. He would know. He would too much pride.
Stranger things have happened, Scooter.
Stranger Things is not in production right now. No, yes, it is. Uh,
I think
no,
season 4's coming out soon.
yes, the fourth season's coming up, but you know, you say Stranger Things, I say Stranger Danger.
Talking about Stranger Things, um, Cain Velasquez tried to murder a guy.
And no, that man was not Brock Lesnar.
Yep, Brock
Uh,
stays away
uh,
from Cain.
uh, but the circumstances surrounding Cain Velasquez's arrest and the charges involved him coming to the aid of somebody being abused. Unfortunately, even for the scumbags of this world, they are entitled to equal treatment under the law. No matter how much we'd like to, put two in the chest and one in the head, give them the old Mozambique drill. Uh,
Maybe we should leave it at that.
yeah.
Um, Terrible thing that happened. Scott Hall fell and broke his hip earlier this week, so hopefully he's recovering well, and we could we could see him back up. Yeah.
Well, I believe he is getting a machismo transfusion. Because when he broke his hip, he was just oozing it. I know that's terrible. We love Scott Hall. We love everybody here, except for King Velasquez.
And Charlotte Renegade.
Yeah, screw you, Charlotte.
What are your thoughts on Ronda Rousey?
I uh, uh, fuck Ronda Rousey.
Ask me about somebody that's also named after a Nintendo character.
Uh, what do you think about the Ice Climbers?
I love the Ice Climbers. They're great guys. Well, guy and gal.
I don't know. Under those parkas, you never know. Uh,
I love the Parker. He's the chairman. The original chairman.
who's on first? Uh, WWE Creative is they are working on plans for Cody, and as of right now, he is the After Mania male surprise.
That's not what I heard. I heard that he's penciled in for WrestleMania. He has something going on the show. You do realize that they have to fill a 100,000 seat arena twice, and the closer they get to that number, you know, it helps. And having guys like Cody on the show, I think we'll put some asses in seats.
Well, we'll at least put one, Brandy, since she's not going to be coming with him.
What about Giordano? That's 2 seats.
No, that's a lap.
Okay. Well, what? Let's say Cody does have a match at WrestleMania. Who does he wrestle? Because AJ is already wrestling Edge. Roman's tied up with Lesnar. It seems like we're getting RK Bro versus Rollins and Owens.
Un- Unless Owens and Rollins don't win, in which case we're probably getting Owens and Austin.
I doubt that. I don't think
However,
Stone Cold would do
I
that.
I I I, I have heard that Austin could be teaming with Pat McAfee
Against Vince McMahon?
and Austin Theory. Because Theory and McAfee was made official for WrestleMania last night. Uh, despite but they
McAfee and Theory.
yes,
Okay.
oh yeah, McAfee and Theory. But just going back to Cody, I think the WWE realizes that even bringing him back, like even this close to Mania, while it would be it would be great. They probably understand that it wouldn't probably wouldn't be enough time to establish something enough to be to be worthy of a Mania match. I mean, although it is the WWE, so knock on wood. Um,
I mean, we had Otis versus Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania.
yeah, but that was at a WrestleMania with no crowd. Come on, that doesn't count. Um, I mean, you know, maybe maybe you hold off on actually giving him a match until WrestleMania, where he makes the save for Randy and then turns. How fitting would it be if on his first night back, Cody does what he said he would never do in AEW?
I mean, in WWE, anything's possible. And if he says, "But damn pal, gotta be a heel," then you be a heel. Because when technically he kind of sort of was the boss in AEW, so he could do whatever he wants. But with, I mean, being under Vince McMahon, you know who the boss is and you know who the employee is. What about a Vince McMahon Cody match?
Again, I uh Vince is 76 fucking years old.
What's your point?
I mean, we're getting to the Vern Gagne. Yeah, in fact, you know what? We're calling this Vern Gagne syndrome, where no matter how old you are, you still think you can go and a crowd still wants to see you.
I mean,
So,
morbid curiosity won't take over wanting to see a 76-year-old man wrestle, Scooter? For
no,
you?
because that's how old my parents are.
So you see
And,
enough 76-year-old people.
like, and as much as we read, I mean, Vince, his grandkids need him around. I mean, come on. Yeah, I don't care how much he works out. I don't care how well he takes care of himself. Doing something as I'm gonna say stupid as getting into the ring at 76. That's equivalent to Hogan getting back in the ring at 45. Just terrible.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, not a heart attack notwithstanding, Triple H would have been smart money considering he broke the throne.
very, very, very true. Also, given that you know the scenario that was supposed to set this up ended up being a very pleasant interview. There was not a there was not there was no indication that Vince was playing Pat McAfee for a fool.
No,
Um, and holy shit, it's going to be 70 degrees here in New York on Sunday.
that's warm.
Oh, God damn it! I hate warm weather. That's why I'm moving to Antarctica.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Uh,
Still better than Alabama.
hey Siri, remind me to call the SWAT team to James' house. Thank you.
Fuck you.
Uh, oh shit! Now I forgot what I was thinking.
Pat McAfee, no, and Vince McMahon, no
Yeah,
selling.
yeah. The fact that they had Austin Theory come out and be like, "Oh no, man, no, no, kid, you see, Vince was patronizing you. Oh, I'm your opponent. Great, awesome. Because I know I've always wondered what would happen if Pat McAfee faced Austin Theory. No, I haven't.
Don't think anybody
No,
has.
nobody has wondered if Austin Theory could fight anybody.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, Pat McAfee is downgrading, considering that he wrestled uh, Adam Cole, Bobby Fisk, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. So, I mean, all world champion level people now. Austin Theory. Isn't it a sad situation when an announcer has a better rep than you do?
Well, I mean, that's a pretty big list of people who have a better rep than Austin Theory.
But then again, who doesn't have a better rep than Austin Theory?
The dump I took this morning has a better rep than Austin Theory.
I mean, James Ellsworth at least has a win over AJ Styles. Alright,
I guess Austin Theory has a win over bulimia? I don't know. Austin Theory sucks.
um, 2K22 is coming out.
Yes. I have put in my full pre-order for the NWO for Life edition.
I was still on the fence about it. And one of the reasons being, over 30 of the announced roster
Yeah.
are no longer with the company.
It saves me having to download them.
Well, go to the community creative community. Doesn't that take away from the game that you're playing an outdated version before it even comes out?
Hell no. I mean, when you get uh when you get MLB The Show and Madden. Those games are already outdated by the time before they're even released. You know,
So basically, it's just because it's a wrestling game, and people just enjoy those games, and that's why you buy it.
yeah, exactly. I mean, most of the people, save for I don't know. I mean, they had enough time to to take to take Daniel Bryan out, but leave Kyle O'Reilly in.
Jeff Hardy was kind of unavoidable.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that there's something in the contract.
Probably. Actually,
Um,
I don't know how rights for video games on people that are. It seems like
I,
if they are making money off this video game, then AEW has a shitload of money coming their way.
uh, but I mean, the money would get paid directly to the talent, not to AEW. Uh,
You don't know what
uh,
their contract says.
yeah, but they're not going to. You think that Tony Khan made Keith Lee sign a contract saying, "Oh, we get your video game money"?
Would that surprise you?
Yes, it actually would, because that's income from another job. He's got no entitlement to that.
But it's a job that he also conducts for Tony Khan. So it's
While,
so if he
but
plays as Keith Lee and he wrestles on WWE video gaming, it's like he's wrestling for WWE programming, which means
that
Tony
James,
Khan could make money
no,
off of it.
that's not how business works, James.
That's not how good business is made, Stu.
That's likeness rights. Most likely, they were given a lump sum, in some sort of severance, so that they would not contest being included in the game. I would not be surprised if there were side deals made, made between the WWE and 2K for the WWE to pay 2K, and then 2K to pay the talent that is no longer under contract with the WWE. But it's a WWE licensed product. AEW has no copyright claim to any income generated from sales of the game.
All right.
Not to mention that, guess what? There are over 160 people. That means there's at least 159 people that aren't Keith Lee.
But if you make a
So if
Tony Khan character in the game, does he have any rights to that?
no, that's like, you know, me making, Stephen Hawking and just being like, we can do whatever the hell we want. Um, I mean,
All right.
there are some glaring omissions from this roster, which looks like there'll be DLC. I mean, there's a few women missing, but I think
Alliance.
even stranger than that is that Keith Lee's wife has two characters in the game.
Now she should be getting extra coin for that, right?
She is in as Mia and Reckoning.
I feel like Reckoning was that character from Star Wars that you kind of heard about. She was there for a hot minute in the background, but you never actually seen her. You know what I'm talking about?
So, what are you talking like about? Like the green woman in Jabba's palace?
Even more so like the bounty hunter from Phantom Menace that was watching the pod race. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
oh, uh, oh God, what? Zamwizel.
Yeah.
Zamwizel.
I mean, she was there. You've seen her. You
Oh,
know
she
that
was
she's a
also.
part of the universe, but you've only seen her in that one scene. And
Well,
I,
she's
I kind
also
of feel like
a.
that's what Shadow Reckoning was.
She was also a changeling, and she's actually been in Rebels.
Yeah. She was in Clone Wars as well, I believe.
Yeah, Clone. Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, she also posed for Playboy to promote Attack of the Clones.
Great for her.
So all you horny people out there, uh,
What's NXT? Okay. So now we got the New Japan Cup. Um, is under full way. I know you know nothing about it, so we're not going to talk extensively about it. But there was one thing about it that caught my eye, and I did want to have a conversation about.
okay.
Um, Kota Ibushi was supposed to make his return to the company after dislocating his shoulder during the G1 back in, I want to say, October. Um, he was in the tournament, and then like right before the tournament started, they pulled him and said that medical staff did not clear him to compete, or that it would be better to wait. What do you think is going on with Kota Ibushi? Because it seems like he won the championship. It was kind of not what they expected it to be, and then it kind of feels like they lost all faith in him when he dislocated his shoulder in the finals of the G1.
Uh, I can tell you right now, his new name is Kokadabushi.
I did not hear that.
Oh no, I'm just thinking shit up. Let's see if we can. If there's anything about him getting pulled. Um,
It's on New Japan's American
oh yeah.
page, but I don't know. It seems ever since he came back to New Japan, there just has been something missing with him.
Um, well, I mean, considering they took his participation in the tournament overall into account, um, but honestly, it's odds are it's most likely COVID.
All right.
I mean, Tenzan, is out with a knee injury, and
Yeah.
that puts Tai Chi into the friggin' finals. Let's not forget that friggin' Yoshihashi has also,
Fuck
made it to the next
Yoshihashi.
round. Well, you gotta buy him dinner first.
No. Maybe I'll buy the stick dinner, but not him. Alright. I think that'll conclude our the news for today. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Rogue Energy, the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, whether it be juices, shakes, smoothies, and everything else in between. Their low calorie, no sugar energy formula is the perfect alternative to sugar filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Their extreme formula provides the most energy, focus, and sports performance possible. Their hydration line offers focus, ingredients without the added caffeine. Drink it anytime you're thirsty. And their shake formula is so delicious. Who doesn't love a cookies and cream, 0 calorie energy milkshake? First and foremost, they've designed every Rogue product line with performance and effectiveness in mind. It is critical that you look at the nutrition panels of drinks when comparing options. There are countless off brands out there that are presenting low quality, poorly dosed formulas that amount to expensive caffeine water. Every formula they produce is designed with optimal levels of high quality ingredients. Additionally, you won't find a powdered gaming drink brand that dissolves better. No need to have chalky textures in your drink. Their taste profiles are unmatched, specifically designed for gamers, athletes, students, entrepreneurs, people with hectic schedules, individuals with low energy, podcasters who can't shut up, people who are health conscious, and so much more. Great as both a pre-workout and as a coffee energy drink replacement. Specifically designed every Rogue product line to be the best gaming drink on the planet. Rogue energy, more focus, more win.
Use promo code WrestlingWithE for 10% off your next purchase. We are wrestling with AEW Revolution 2022 preview. It's tomorrow, I believe, and there's a lot of matches to go off for. No, Scooter.
Oh, oh shit, that's right. Isn't this AEW's first pay-per-view on a Sunday?
Since WWE moved to Saturday, it should be. Actually, no. I feel like Double or Nothing was on a Sunday, or at
Honestly,
least
does
full
anybody
gear.
care? I mean, this is a huge fucking card.
Let's get up into it. We got the AHFO, Andrade El Idolo, Isaiah Cassidy, and Matt Hardy versus Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting in a tornado tag match. Scooter, have you had a conversation about Darby in a supermarket since we last spoke?
Oh, many. I just didn't have them with people. Um, but I'm interested to see how a horny fat ostrich does.
What?
AHFO, a horny fat ostrich.
Okay then. And that's what we'll go with.
Yeah, yeah, clearly, Sting, Sammy, Darby.
I didn't even realize that it was a question. Now we
I didn't
got
even
the
realize it was an answer.
huh?
I didn't even realize it was an answer.
But you just answered. Face of the Revolution ladder match. We got Keith Lee versus Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus Warlow versus Christian Cage or Ethan Page. Who wins, Scooter?
Wow, another match in the saga of Pages versus Cages. Um, Honestly, I think this is a fucking pointless match.
Well, let me get a
Who?
title match at least. So,
Yeah, at the TNT title.
for what? They were going to give it for the the
I mean,
AEW title?
like, why would you book a huge, like, what you're booking as a huge, like, ladder match equivalent to, something like Money in the Bank, and then make it for the secondary title? Because regardless, no one's gonna see the TNT Championship on the same level as the AEW World Championship. It's just not gonna happen. That's not how pro wrestling works. You get your primary title, your secondary title, and if the roster allows, a tertiary title. And based on AEW's roster, they can have a fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh singles championship and still not have enough titles, to cover the roster.
You get
That
a
being
title,
said,
and you get a title, and you get a title.
that being said, it depends on whether or not the dog collar match happens before this.
I feel like this would be the first match on the card. I feel like Darby Sting would be a pre-show match.
Well, they're Hook and QT Marshall and Layla Hirsch and Chris Statlander are the
Okay, so this is
previous show
main.
match. It is main, because if this happens before the dog collar match, Wardlow, clearly Wardlow. Um, I mean, it's not going to be Keith Lee, but you know, if if it happens after the dog collar match, then it would. I would probably say Orange Cassidy,
Hmm.
because I think we're going to see the blow up of. I think we're going to finally see Wardlow go face.
I say Wardlow, no matter what happens. If I have, a mulligan, I'd say Keith Lee.
I mean, clearly, if Wardlow wins, he's clearly going to win the TNT Championship, and then we get a possible MJF Wardlow feud over the TNT title too. Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be for
You
the
know what?
title because
You know what?
that would be what MJF turns on Wardlow is when he has the championship match that he didn't give him, so he saw about it, so he causes him the match.
You know what? I'm going to say Wardlow no matter what.
All right. Next match: Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston.
In lists of matches we never thought we'd see on a pay per view. Wow, talk about two polar opposites.
But I mean, if two guys could just go in there never having touched each other before, I feel like Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho could do it and still have the best match of the night.
I think they could have a better match if this was, 10 years ago.
Well, I mean, Chris Jericho, he bulked up. Uh
He's got a dad bod.
he got rid of the bubbly body. So I
And
mean,
now he just has the bubble. Um, but I this is where I think we see the Briscoes. I think Santana and Ortiz realign with Jericho, and the Briscoes make the save for Kingston.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say Jericho.
I'm gonna go with Kingston because at some point Eddie needs to win uh, a big match.
Does he though?
I mean, you
Eh,
don't necessarily. Who needs to win the match more, Jericho or Kingston?
Neither. Honestly, neither man is at the point of their career where I think they want to be champion and lead a company. They're just enjoying this point in their career. So quite honestly, it's more about what comes out of this match more so than who wins.
And I feel like, you know, and he absolutely doesn't need to win a match for people to get validation. I kind of feel like Eddie Kingston needs to win a match once in a while just to have people
Oh,
still,
yeah,
believe
yeah.
that he's a threat.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. I mean, Jericho isn't, above saying, oh, you know, uh, Jericho isn't the type of person to say, oh, I refuse to do the job. Uh, yeah, you know what? You know what? Yeah, I'll go with Eddie.
Alright, 240. I feel like I've changed your mind on a lot of these.
On second thought, I'll go with Creddy. No, uh,
CM Punk
King
versus MJF. Good dog collar match.
with the ghost of Roddy Piper locked in a shark cage. Um, yeah, for all you fucking marks who were like, "Oh, we're so proud of you, MJF." Yeah, you know what? Fuck you up, your stupid asses. Uh,
Wow.
um, I hate the fact that MJF quoted the usual suspects. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't appear. And he said he makes it the devil himself. My response to that tweet, no. That makes you Kaiser Sose. And via proxy, that makes you Kevin Spacey. And Kevin Spacey doesn't even want to be Kevin Spacey right now.
This is true.
Okay, diddle hands. Uh, that being said, God, Punk really wants to bleed a lot.
He doesn't, but I mean, he bled a little bit in the Eddie Kingston match, but
No, it's like Punk really wants to he wants to bleed buckets. He wants to bleed more in his first year with AEW than he did in his previous, entire career.
I feel like that's Daniel Bryan, considering the matches he's had so far in
I,
AEW.
I mean, looking at that friggin' that Crimson Mask, you know, uh, from Dynamite. I mean, the smart money is on Punk to finally, end this once and for all. I don't think so. I'm going with MJF.
I'm going with Smart Money, CM Punk.
But smart doesn't start with a C. Wouldn't that be S&M Punk?
Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Who wins?
Probably Daniel Garcia, and he leads in a bunch of people to not align with Danielson or Moxley. Garcia, Moriarty. I don't know. I mean, it's clearly Moxley.
Is it though?
If Danielson is looking to form, this stable, there's got to be a reason for him to, shake hands with Moxley after the match, and if Moxley losing, he's not exactly the one to do that.
But I feel like if Moxley loses to Bryan, Bryan. It gives him more incentive to trust him and believe in him. That Bryan, he could trust Bryan to be a worthy. I don't want to say tag team partner, but a worthy partner for him to, you know.
I honestly don't think we're actually going to see that actually happen. I think Danielson wins, and then Danielson goes off on Moxley because because he chose the team with CM Punk.
I mean, that was so long ago. Does anybody remember that he teamed with Punk?
AVNF, a vegan never forgets.
Do you come up with these acronyms on the fly, or do you actually
Yep.
think about them?
Oh, on the fly. Please, you think I'm like, oh, you think I was like waiting for weeks going, "Ooh, a horny fat ostrich? That's a good joke."
Yes.
No, no, it's not. It's fucking terrible.
Quickly, acronym on the fly.
For what though? I need like,
I don't
uh,
know.
um,
Anything that has to do with AEW.
mm, CKFBS. Tony Khan filing bankruptcy soon.
Alright, there you go. Alright, make this cut and dry. Who wins? Bryan or Moxley?
Danielson.
I agree, Danielson. AEW TBS Championship. Jade Cargill versus Tay Conti.
Oh, the bitch wins.
Well, whoever wins, Sammy Guevara wins. AEW Tag Team Championship match. We got Jurassic Express versus Reed Dragon versus the Young
Red,
Bucks.
Red Dragon. It's Red Dragon.
No, it's Reed Dragon. There would be an extra R if it was Red Dragon.
Except Excalibur, Shivani, and Raw are calling them Red Dragon.
Well, they're dumbasses.
They're calling them basically Red Dragon.
It's Reed Dragon. And they even capitalized the DR, so you know it's Dragon Re.
It's re Dr. Agon. I'm gonna be re-dragging you around the parking lot. Dragging these nuts. Oh yeah, and the Young Bucks. I guess they need that jumping off point for Fish, O'Reilly, and Cole against the Bucks and Kenny.
Possibly White
Um,
if Kenny doesn't come back in time.
yeah, possibly yes, but and yeah, I see. I clearly Fish and O'Reilly and the Bucks end up, not getting along, and Jurassic Express take advantage of that and retain. I'm going with Jurassic Express.
I'm going with Reed Dragon because my brain will not allow me to go for Jurassic Express. Alright, AEW Women's Championship match: Britt Baker, DMD, versus Thunder Rosa. Now, before we get into this,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
probably would have said Thunder Rosa. You know, cut and dry, simple. It
Mm.
makes sense to be.
However,
However, she has a legitimate leg injury right now going into this match. Um, and that might be the only thing preventing her from taking that title from Dr. Britt Baker. What are your thoughts, Scooter?
now AEW sources have vehemently denied that Rosa was injured during the match. While Rosa did have her left leg wrapped going into the match, uh, they are adamant that Rosa did not suffer an injury. Uh, I'm thinking this is going to go ahead as planned, or Rose is going to get taken out before the match even happens.
Well, I feel
And I
like they would have pulled the match if they wasn't going to do it. I mean, this isn't WWE here.
well,
Um,
I think I think I think there's a contingency plan.
right. And I
The
think that
question is
contingency plan is if she can't go, the match is going to be dramatically short.
my I think it's another opponent, and if it's
A
if it's
reckoning.
no, I was actually going to say Diana.
Hmm.
I mean, what a shock it would be, at least in terms of the hardcore wrestling fan base.
Who is the people that's going to buy this?
And we end up getting, women's champion versus women's champion from another company, which is something we have yet to see.
We
Um,
saw Peraza versus Roxy.
that doesn't count.
Fair enough.
That that does not count. Um, there's the possibility that does the match go to Mercedes, and that is just a clean, Baker defense, or is there yet another debut in the works?
I feel like the debuting women aren't as consistent as debuting men.
True. True. I mean, you know what? Watch the contingency be Trish Stratus.
Man,
God. You know what? If the match happens as planned, Rosa.
if Rosa is injured, then Rebecca. If Rosa isn't injured, then Rosa.
Covering all your bases there, are we?
I'm covering all my bits. And the main event, the last match, we got the AEW World Championship match. Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole Bay.
Wait, you forgot. Uh, House of Black vs. Death Triangle.
I didn't see that on the card. At least on the card that I pulled up.
Yep. House of Black against Pac, Penta, and oh my God, Eric Rowan.
Oh God.
Pac, Penta, and Eric Redbeard.
Okay then. But he's
Um,
not L0 anymore. He's Penta.
I didn't say his whole name. All I said was Penta.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Oh,
Penta Oscuro. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good. House of Black.
yep. That was easy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Rampage was live last night.
Was it? Huh. Well, it was recorded when I recorded it. Uh, so we got the Battle of the Atoms.
Um, Adam.
Okay. And I also choose Adam. So
Maybe it's Madam. Who knows?
this is where we will find out that Eva Marie is all elite.
Or, damn it, who, or, uh,
Eve Torres,
or is all Ellsworth?
else.
Uh, no. Uh, I predict Danhausen to interfere.
I mean, if Danhausen's interfering in anything, it's the ladder match.
Very nice, very evil ladder match.
Yes. The corset stairs
Ah!
to the corset ring.
I'm, I'm gonna go backstage and we're gonna eat we're gonna eat some Oreos with the Ass Boys. Hey, Ass Boys! I'll meet you over at the Ass Ranch.
In all seriousness, what Adam wins?
Hangman.
Yeah. I I mean, will this be his biggest match to date? Considering what a clusterfuck the Daniel Bryan Danielson rivalry was.
Yep, and plus the fact that guess what? This is probably gonna be Cole's first and last title shot for a while.
Why is that?
I, maybe he gets a rematch. Uh, but then after this, guess what? Adam Cole has basically, you know, what did he leave the WWE for?
Britt Baker?
I'm sure must be some damn good poontang then. Yeah, but it's like, oh, Adam Cole is going to be in a main event program. Yeah, okay, but he ain't winning.
Nope.
You know, this is an environment where Adam Cole is on the low end of the totem pole.
I mean, there's always the possibility that he wins the match.
If he wins, you know what? I will eat my own ass.
And you're
I will
gonna do
chop it
what?
off. I will chop it off, and I will smoke it. I will braise it. I will cook it into a stew, and I will chow down on that bad boy.
Alright. But, I mean, yeah, he won't be in the championship picture. I mean, there might be a TNT title match in his future, but
Oh
isn't
boy.
the story with the Bucks and Kenny maybe a little bit more interesting than the title run? I mean, we've seen him with the title for over a year in NXT.
It, that's not my point. It's he felt, he feels he's being, like underused in the WWE, comes to AEW, and then ends up, going right, into the main event within 6 months after his debut, and but he's simply a stepping stone in title picture, because clearly we're headed towards the Bucks against Red Dragon,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Red Wagon, Red Rider. Uh,
It's
he goes
redragon,
right.
get it right.
Yes, Brie Bella. And it's Cole is gonna be basically just like there's gonna be nothing left except for that feud,
Right.
and that and then when Kenny comes back, are we getting Kenny versus Jay versus Adam? I mean, is Jay White gonna bring in the Gorillas?
Well, White turned on the Gorillas and Impact. It's a little convoluted at this point.
And fine, he'll get he'll get Matt Cardona and Jordan Grace.
I think
Either
that
way, my point is Cole's a brat.
I I think that's enough previewing for now. We will conclude, and next week we'll have a full review of the PPV. Until then, if you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. Join us this Wednesday as we interview the protagonist of Pro Wrestling, Kid Bandit. Um, you can follow the show on both Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling with E. Of course, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. And you can follow us individually as well. I'm at JamesJ993. You can find Kaliko at I am Kaliko. And where can they find Scooter?
As always, find me on Twitter at ScooterDust. Of course, the remix on YouTube, Professional Wrestling Alternate Commentary Sidecast, coming to you with nights 1 and 2 of WrestleMania. Maybe Stand to Deliver if I'm up. And of course, you can now find me as part of Colt Cabana's Twitch channel, playing Fall Guys, because Colt Cabana is now my friend on on the on PlayStation.
Well, he did give you the name the American.
The American, yes, but he actually did literally accept my friend request, and now I can play with him anytime I want. Not really, though. That would be creepy. And of course, hello, as well on the Twitch channels of Medusa. Me and Yim, who somebody just gave me a subscription to. I have so many subscriptions and I don't know what to do with them. But more importantly, find me along with Rico Constantino Jr. and the rest of the Smoking Dragons clan, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
For Kaliko Yachts and Scooter Dust, I'm James Shea, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Go Last Boys!
Hey guys, this is Brutal Bob Evans from Hangs with Bob Seminars and TheWrestleLife.com, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.